Welcome to the show. Now, it was an event some thought would never take place. But after all the scheming, including a suspicious court injunction secured to subvert it, which was later vacated, the National Convention of the All Progressives Congress was finally held on Saturday. But the main opposition and former ruling party, the People's Democratic Party, has referred to the convention as a coronation exercise, where APC members held that exercise as and describing as a convention of illegality, convention of corruption, and then saying that the party had an arrogance of failure, and then its leadership battered lots of things. In all of this, we saw the APC coming out and having some challenges, but eventually the convention went on very well. And we have been able to get some of those clips right now for you, where we see the new national chairman of the Progressives Congress, Senator Abdullah Adamu, having his first speech and then speaking with several of the party's members. And we'll just go straight to what the APC has to say.
Duties. It was an evening full of surprises as members of the All Progressives Congress gathered to pick its national officers. A few hours into the convention, there were rumors that a consensus had been agreed among the major contenders vying for the national chairman of the party. Then surfaced a document signed by other contenders and letter of withdrawal written by 6 of the aspirants, leaving former governor of Nasarawa State, Governor Abdullahi Adamu, as the last man standing. Delegates through a voice vote endorsed Adamu as the new chairman of the governing All Progressives Congress. The process was concluded in the early hours of Sunday with Governor Abubakar Badaru of Jigawa State, who is also chairman of the Electoral Committee, announcing the outcome of the exercise.
The final results of this National Convention of the officers that emerge successful on either the contest or the consensus. The national chairman is won by Senator Abdullahi Adamu.
In his acceptance speech, Senator Abdullahi Adamu says his team will not fail to deliver on their mandate and heal the wounds. He also promised to reconcile aggrieved party members to put the party in a better position ahead of the 2023 elections.
We accept that you have placed on our shoulders, and we will work hard to ensure that we fulfill your expectations. Our party needs all hands on the steering wheel, so that together, through the inclement weather of our divisive national politics to the promised land.
Adamu replaces Oshomole as the substantive APC national chairman after the NWC chaired by the former was sacked in June 2020. He takes over from Governor Memala Buni of Yobe State, who was appointed in caretaker capacity. Chairmanship aspirants that stepped down for Adamu include the Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Senator George Akume, former Governor Stanko Almakura and Abdulaziz Yari, as well as Senator Sani Musa, Saliu Mustafa, and Mohammed Itsu. Punarman Benjamin, Arise News.
Well, for more on this, we're now being joined by a member of the House of Representatives and also a member of the Protocol Subcommittee of the APC National Convention, Honorable Chinedu Ogah, who represents Ikwo Eza South Federal Constituency. And Honorable, welcome to the show. Let's talk about this convention generally and how the APC has been able to come out of it, irrespective of the initial challenges that we had. There were fears that the convention would not hold, but eventually the convention held. And now you hear the criticism by the former ruling party, the PDP, saying that there was imposition and people were not allowed to vote. I mean,
thank you.
We all met there. I want you to say what you saw.
Thank you, the moderator and the technical officers in Arise Television. Yes, my name is Honorable Comrade Chinedu Ogah, and I represent Ikwo Eza Federal Constituency. I'm from Ebonyi State and equally a member of APC. And people can come up to say whatever they wish. APC is a very organized party that have a leadership, and you can see that the convention is a welcome development in the sense that from the constitution of our party, you find out APC is the first party in this country to shrine a consensus in their constitution. Consensus, direct and indirect primaries. And that is 3 systems APC have been using to organize most of their primaries and selection of their candidates in all the political parties. So come to this convention, most people that don't understand what APC is all about have been shouting, doing whatever they can, thinking that they will destroy APC. But we find out that the most things about APC is that we have the interest of our party. Interest of our party. That is the interest of everybody that belongs to this political party. We think the common unity of the party, not an individual interest. And that is why you see that we had almost about 7 contestants of the national chairmanship. But when we are able to have a meeting, the national executive of the committee of the party had a meeting and zoned the position to the various zone in the whole 6 geopolitical zone in this country, and each of the zone micro-zone it to each of the state. So we find out that it was zone and Nasarawa state where the recent national chairman came from. So they're able to come up. You see that when even the governor was even supporting the Alamakura. But when the consensus came up, you see the governor support the present chairman, the national chairman, Senator Adamu. So you see, that is to show you that our party is different. Our party is united. And our party have a different opinion than what people that outside thought, because they don't know our constitution. Yeah. It is only we that is APC that knows our constitution and that knows the rule of the party. That's why those outside will think that we are quarreling, that the party that people may walk out in a convention. But you find out that the way everybody impressing himself, we're all celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, there were those fears that what happened to PDP before sometime in 2040 when some governors walked out of the party may actually happen. There may be some division here and there.
That is a fear
because of the way some of the governors were so vehement in doing certain things.
Yes.
Tell us how this convention was organized successfully at the end of the day.
In most of the states, the governors were able to call the stakeholders meeting and reach out agreement with the stakeholders and have the opinion of the masses before they bring it to the national. And that is what happened in the national. The leader of the party, who is Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, able to call a meeting of the party leaders, the National Assembly, the speakers, the senators, and everybody, and
including
the Senate
President.
Fathers. Including the founding fathers, they're able to meet. And everybody able to bring opinion a way forward. And that is how the party come up. And everyone come to say, looking at the present chairman of the party, is a man of integrity. Having trained the leadership where he have been from council, all these things now today to senator to national chair, after being a governor.
Yeah, but the PDP is saying that he's someone who has a corruption allegation.
Let me ask you one thing.
The EFCC,
Listen,
15 billion naira.
Let me ask you one thing.
Issue.
An opposition party can come out to say anything. The court of jurisdiction have not proved that is corrupt. Rather, he have been jailed or anything. It's just a suspicious, an allegation, which have not substantially clarified. That does not determine that it can be disqualified. Do you understand me? So, for example, is it the present chairman of PDP that does not have corruption cases? So, when they come up in all these their corruption cases, is EFCC is a place when you had information, you lay complaint, and they will investigate. And when they find out that your investigation is true, they will charge the matter to court. And they follow their cases adequately till the case is being proven. So there's no how they can come to allege that our national chairman is corrupt, is this. No.
Yeah, and they said your governors were forcing aspirants, to step down for those that are on the unity list.
That is a capital lie. There is nothing like that. It is a unanimous agreement.
Yeah, but we actually saw the convention not starting on time. And when we did our investigation as a TV channel, we discovered that it was because of the issues of this consensus.
There is no issue. The truth of it is that there were accreditation of people in the different places. And we want to accredit all those delegates in the different places where they're coming from before they can bring them in the Unity Square. And accrediting different people in Ego Square. accrediting these people in different of the states, 36 states include FCT, is something that able to consume 7 hours. And that is why we could not start in time. If anybody come to tell you that is about the unity list, that there is a friction that made them they could not, that is a complete false. I've told you the truth, why the convention did not start in time. And after they brought all the delegates to the Eagle Square, you saw the voting and everything commence. So there is nothing, because we know ourselves, every aspirant of our party have the party supreme. Our constitution is the major cardinal point. Everybody obeys the rule of the constitution. And that is why when you are being called, you are being addressed, you see there is no fight, there is no conflict, there is no crisis. That's to show you that APC have come formidably more united.
Yeah, and the PDP members are actually saying that you copied their consensus format, because it was almost the same thing that they did during their own convention.
Let me tell you, what you are saying, they are lying. The APC from 99, from 2019, 2015, the constitution is already have consensus in their constitution. Before, if PDP don't even have a consensus in their constitution. I stand to say that they don't have a consensus in the constitution. They are to implement it because they heard that it's been passed in the National Assembly as in Electoral Act. And that is why they're quickly to organize and agree in that way. So most of them are crying foul because they are find out in 2023 they are losing. Seeing the unity of the APC in Eagle Square by affirming and agree to elect the leaders of their parties in various zonal, in various states, and equally in the national level. And that is why you see them start panicking, looking a way forward to throw a stone.
Okay, very interesting indeed. Let's talk about the Southeast. How come Senator Ken Namani, that we heard was the consensus aspirant for the position of Deputy National Chairman, was stepped aside, and we had Chief Ima Eneoku being brought in? What really happened?
That is a question I need to ask you. That when you make mention of the unity list here, that is to show you APC is a party that the masses speaks. If I thought there is a unity list where His Excellency Dr. Ken Namani is part of that unity list, you see the masses electing another person. That is to show you that it is the voice of the masses what the APC carried out in all whatever they do.
Isn't it a last-minute change?
It's not a last-minute change. It is the voice of the masses. That you saw is not all the positions that went on consensus. There are so many positions that were contested. And you saw whosoever that won that election is elected. And that is APC for you. So they are not a type that if what someone was telling you that they are forced people, why should they contest so many positions? Those that could not have the mandate to resign or did not agree to resign or to step down, you go in to stand for election. And whosoever won, even if that person that was the other side won the election, is part of the elected officer.
Okay, very interesting. I'll just ask you to hold on while we go on this short break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Southeast in the APC and what they are doing to gain better positions. You're still watching the Arise interview. The conversation continues on the National Convention of the All Progressives Congress that just ended on Saturday. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Arise interview. I'm Somna Sambo, and my guest is still Honorable Chinedu Ogah, who is a member of the House of Representatives and also a member of the Protocol Subcommittee of the APC National Convention. He also represents Ikwo Ezza South Federal Constituency of Ebonyi State. And so good to still have you here, Honorable. Let's talk about the Southeast Caucus of the All Progressives Congress. You were given different positions here and there. It was seamless at some point in time, but we eventually saw that when it comes to the issues of zonal positions, there was no consensus easily reached. Tell us why it was like that.
Yeah, yes, definitely. The truth of it is that anybody that comes to tell you there is no consensus that reached is making mockery of himself. I myself in my states, what is called SEC, State Executive Committee, were called after the meeting of NEC, that is State Working Committee of the party, and the State Executive include all people, which constitutionally I'm a member of SEC, and it was part of article we deliberated, and a motion we moved, which I personally moved such motion, adopting the candidature of who we want to feed as our candidate, the position that we are zoned to Ebonyi, which is the National Treasurer, the Southeast Zonal Secretary, and the Southeast Legal Advisor. So this position, the same apply to other states in 6 geopolitical zones. In Southeast, where we have Imo, Abia, Enugu, Anambra, and Ebonyi, some of these different positions were zoned. It were not in that way before. I'm the only National Assembly elected under the platform of APC, even before the coming of our governor and so many other people. So the truth of it is that when we were there, the only position we were able to have in Ebonyi is deputy organizing, national deputy organizing.
Deputy National Organizing Secretary.
And Southeast Zonal Secretary. We have never had a substantial National Working Committee. That was when Ostius Nazo was the National Organizing. Imenuku was deputy zonal vice chairman.
That's when you were still in the People's Democratic Party.
No. I'm telling you of APC.
Okay.
I ran my election in APC in 2019.
Okay.
I won my election under APC.
Okay, I was thinking it's before the defection.
No. I did not defect.
Yeah, definitely. You didn't, but the governor defected alongside.
So in all these things, if anybody, even the governor was not even around when we had that meeting. It was the party people that agreed. And all the former members of the House of Rep, former senators, were all there, and we all agree. The same applied to other states. And that is how the meeting came up. The problem, most people that don't even go home, that most of them don't even have our party membership, we only believe that they can jump into Abuja now and become a party member. So party is all about people.
You keep referring to them as Abuja-based politicians.
Yes, you need to go home. And that is why that politics is about masses, it's about grassroots. It's about the effect you're able to have with your people. Because no matter what you do, there is no polling unit inside the plane. There is a polling unit in your village, in interior village.
Okay, now,
and the most developed area is where you have your polling unit.
Very interesting indeed. Now, after all these positions were given, we've seen aspirants emerging, and the APC is now strengthening itself ahead of 2023. What do you think that the Southeast caucus in the APC stands to get now? Are you still gunning for the presidential ticket with Governor David Umahi, Rocha Sokorocha, and even one or two other persons trying to aspire? Do you think that you stand the chance to win the presidential ticket of the APC?
What you should know is, yes, seeing that Southeast have a product. No people we are saying that there's no people in Southeast that will contest election. Seeing a people from different states in Southeast that are most qualified to run for the president. So what we are waiting is our party always discuss and agree on the zoning. If it is properly zoned to the Southeast, we have a materials that are qualified. And my own governor is most qualified in that position.
That's David Umahi.
His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi is the most qualified. And we have other people. So if it is zoned for other places, you can see that our party will still concur. That is why when you see the speech of our governor, he is not contesting the presidency under dispressed. It is agreement and the contender with the constitution of our party. And that is it. If it is zoned to the Southwest, whosoever from Southwest, you will see our party will concur to that. So, but if it comes to the Southeast, a welcome development, which every average young man is talking of. But when somebody comes to talk that a PDP is coming to take over, PDP is coming to we are the player of the politics. And we are from Ebonyi, we are the grassroots. We know how the politics is played. This is not a time that we'll be inside the hotel to write a result. You must come to the polling unit.
And you think APC stands a chance, considering that in the Southeast, the PDP has always maintained a foothold in that part of the country.
Leave all those deceits. As a member of House of Rep, ask my constituents. I cannot stand here to tell you the achievement of what we have done under APC government in my 31 electoral ward. As I stand here to speak, I myself have given a job to 610 people in federal parastatals. Show me any PDP National Assembly members or senators that have achieved that. And I'm not talking of infrastructures. I've done a road, concrete road.
So In all of that, you think that the APC stands to win
the
hearts and minds of these people of the Southeast, because it has done well in terms of jobs.
I want to tell you now,
representatives like
we are only hearing promise of second Niger Bridge. It is only now you are seeing the fiscal development of second Niger Bridge. We are only hearing in the news of Onitsha, Enugu Expressway. It's only now you are seeing practical work going there. I want you to compare. Port Harcourt, Enugu Road. I want you to compare. You a human being. Show me any time you see any APC member that only compile the name of those that benefited in all this cash transfer, GIP, school feeding. As a National Assembly member from my constituency, I don't even know who is cooking in the schools from my place. One of the schools is someone that is in PDP that is doing it, which PDP will not do. That is to show you that APC accommodates.
So the APC stands a better chance in the
Very
Southeast now.
100%.
Because you feel that
100%. The heart of the politics in Southeast is Imo and Ebonyi. For Ebonyi and Imo to be in APC, what we need is to feed a very good candidate in other states.
Now, I just want you to
position.
I just want you to clear this air. Did Governor Hope Uzodinma and Governor Dave Umahi work against the chances of Senator Ken Nnamani to emerge as the Deputy National Chairman?
I want to tell you, whosoever that is saying that is carrying a false story. They have a very good relationship. And even during the time of commissioning of the Southeast Zonal Office, it was Hope Uzodinma and Governor Dave Umahi who funded it through our leader, His Excellency Senator Ken Nnamani. So there is no any problem. People can come to fabricate any story.
Yeah, because we hear that these two governors are not comfortable with Ken Nnamani
being
described as the leader of the APC in the Southeast.
You only had whatever anybody says is a lie. There is a way APC organogram is being organized. Governor is the leader of the party in each of the states. Are you hearing me? So that is it. For example, as it stands now, you see because of the contribution of His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu is being named national leader of APC. But when you come according to the constitution of our party, the leader of the party in the other side is President Muhammad Buhari. That is how it's been. When you come to my own constituency, I'm a leader. But you find out that we APC, we don't have those such a thing to come up to start saying that we are this, we are this. What we are after is what we can bring to our people to develop our areas.
Very, very interesting. I'm being told my time is almost up. As we try to round off this conversation, what do you foresee ahead of 2023? Do you think that the APC will retain the presidency, especially after this convention?
Definitely, 100% APC is going to retain the presidency. So far, we're able to feed the candidates that will hear the people's yearning. So far, we're able to feed a good candidate in various positions. So far, we are not able to oppose a candidate, unlike what PDP used to do. Because PDP always go inside a hotel and write the names of people that cannot win election in of the polling unit. But you see that time have gone. And that's why you see most of us today, we can stand to talk, because if not the masses, I can't be here. If not the effort of the people in the grassroots, those people that have no parent, those people who have no, that people can call a tout, because they are them with their mandate that I stand here to speak. Because they come out in masses to stand to vote and stand to protect their vote.
I guess that's why they call you comrade, because you're always with them. And just very quickly too, what are the discussions that the Southeast Caucus are having about this presidential ticket? Have you been talking about the need to present a common front, at least one aspirant?
Yeah, definitely. The truth of it is that it's not even good for us to present one person. Because if you are going for a war and you're prepared and the only avenue you have is being knocked off, you don't have any alternative. We are going to have option A, B, C, D into E. So that if E is not there, B will take over. If B is not there, C will take over. So it is something we continue to. The only thing is that whosoever that comes in, you see us run around and support the person. And that is what we have to care for. And even if the thing did not come to our zone, but to our prayer now is that it must come to our zone. We are begging the Northerners, the West, because it's not by force. It's by pleading for other zone. It's about lobbying. It's about selling what you have for them to agree to your own side so that they will support your own candidature.
All right. We must thank you at this point. Honorable Chinedu Ogah is a member of the House of Representatives, and he was also a member of the Protocol Subcommittee of the APC National Convention that ended on Saturday. And we must thank you so much for joining us on the show to take a look at these critical issues.